Just reminding myself. Okay. Sorry, we are recording every class. If anybody has an issue with that, please let me know. But I do that so that it's for you guys, really. It's so that you can go back and watch the class afterwards if you need to go back and revise something or hear it again. If students miss class, you can go back. So I will be recording all the classes, and I will be uploading them to my YouTube channel following each class. So I will provide the link for the class recording after every class. Okay, so if you feel like you missed something or you were absent that day, you can go back and rewatch the lecture. Okay, so I think that's helpful as well. Okay, so any questions so far? Anything so far anyone would like to ask?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Thank you for letting me know. Sometimes I go through a whole class and I don't hear a single voice. It's very strange. So I like when people actually speak into the computer. Okay, so I know it's very strange. I often find myself, like I'm talking to a screen. It's just bizarre, but we have to get used to it, right? The new normal, as they say. Okay, I see some feedback. I see Mutiara. I see because I have the screen minimized, so I only see about 3 faces right now. And Mutiara, you're one of them, so I can see your face. So it's good. It's helpful if you nod and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So let me open up the course synopsis. So I've uploaded the course synopsis here to Puja Blast, so you can just click on it. All right. And it'll open up. Okay. I'm going to use the one that's already open now. Okay. So course synopsis. So let's just go through the course, and then after this, we'll do some introductions and get to know each other a little bit, but I'll just go through the material first. Okay, so the class is Youth and Society, and here again is my information. All right, and so this course, at the end of the semester, learning objectives, okay? So we will go through some related theories and goals of youth and society. All right, we'll understand the nature, behavior, and roles of youth in community development, and develop strategies to help youth and communities. One thing about youth and society is anything related to youth and youth development in our department where we teach in JPPL is we do deal with theory, but we're not highly theoretical. We tend to be more practical and focused. So we will of course be covering theory, but we're not gonna kill ourselves with theory. We want to make everything that we look at, everything that we read and study practical. And it's really important because youth development as a field really grew out of practice. It's of course, it has its underpinnings in sociology, developmental psychology, and education. Those are the 3 main fields of youth development that comprise youth development, but it's a very practical type of field. So we are always going to be trying to apply whatever we cover in terms of theory in the real world, all right? And it's very important now, especially because our young people are dealing with tremendous challenges. Many of you are young people, so we will be getting your feedback. We'll be hearing from you, I hope, throughout the course in terms of what you're experiencing and about what other young people are experiencing now. Of course, we're in an unprecedented time with COVID-19 and what everybody's going through, economics, education. There's just so many things going on. So it's a really, from an educational perspective, it's a very interesting time to be studying youth and society because there's just so much happening, right? So we're going to really try our best to take advantage of all of this to at least have a better understanding, I hope, about what young people are going through now and about how society deals with young people. So as you can see, the course is about youth in everyday life. Just an aside, I just want to share my background. I've been in the field of youth development since 1994. So that's a long time. That's about 25 years. Ever since I graduated from my bachelor's degree in the US. And I've worked in various capacities. I've done practice, I've done programming, I've done social work, youth work. I've been involved in a lot of different ways. I've done research, policy related stuff. So I've got kind of a broad-based perspective on youth development and youth studies. And so I try to share what I've learned over the years from different perspectives. okay? And so I really hope that this class will be interesting and useful to people, and again, practical, not so much theoretical. But of course, it's important to understand theory, because theory can actually be very useful in how we approach our work with young people. But we have to understand theory in its right light, okay, how it can be used, okay? So throughout the semester, we will focus on theories, themes, and features of adolescent and young adult realities and culture. We will discuss how youth development occurs in different societal contexts and different influences on healthy development. We will discuss research methods for studying youth and consider the importance of family, community, and peer experiences on youth development. Among the questions we may explore are: how is youth defined and conceptualized by different segments of society and different societies? What does it mean to be a youth in contemporary society? What is healthy youth development and what are its influences? How are youth experiences different and similar for males and females? How does socioeconomic class, gender, race, ethnicity, and religion shape youth's experiences? How do young people's lives change as they transition to adulthood? Where do parents fit into youth's lives? How do youth influence society? What roles do they play in this? What role does the corporate construction of youthhood through games, social media, music, television, movies, etc. play in youth's lives? So throughout this course, we will think critically about youthhood and youth's influence on society, okay? So there's a new word for you, youthhood. Not adulthood, not childhood, but youthhood, all right? So, and there is, I mean, youth is something that is, people assume that just because, like in Malaysia, we define youth as 15 to what? Anybody know? Who knows the age, the official age of youth in Malaysia?
30.
21.
15 to?
30.
30. Mardiana, do you work for the Ministry of Youth and Sports?
Oh, no. No, sir.
Because you knew it right away. It came off the right off the tip of your tongue, like, 15 to, yes. Well, right now it is 15 to 30. It used to be 15 to 40. So a lot of people assume that that's some kind of age that's set in stone somewhere. Like you can read it in some old kitab somewhere. Like youth is 15 to 30. It's not 15. If you go to different countries throughout the world, that age is defined differently for youth, right? So what does that mean? What does that mean if different societies have different age ranges for youth? That means that there is no really fixed definition of what youth is. And in fact, it's actually constructed according to different societies, right? So it's called a social construction of youth. And we'll be discussing what that means and how that comes about, right? Why was Malaysia for so long one of the few countries in the world that defined youth as 15 to 40? People sometimes, if you go overseas and say, how do you guys define youth? Oh, we define it 15 to 40. They go, 40? 40 is like middle of adulthood. What are you talking about, 40? Right? But in some societies, it is, right? So how did Malaysia arrive at 40, right? How is it that the UN came up with 15 or 16 to 25? Or 15 to 24, whatever it is, okay? So these are the things that we have to really understand, how different societies construct what youth means, all right? Okay, so that's just a little bit about the course, and then the atmosphere of the class. This is more of a seminar type class, okay, where you, the students, will be expected to do prior reading of the assigned weekly reading materials and then participate actively in the class discussions and presentations. Students are also responsible to acquire related materials included in the course content, okay? So as I mentioned, the nature of the class will be more discursive, okay? Requirements, assignments, presentation, discussion. There may be a guest speaker, although now with online, I'm not sure, but we will try. And then a final exam. Unfortunately, we have a final exam. I don't like giving graduate students final exams, actually. If it was up to me, I wouldn't give you a final exam, but the faculty requires us to give you a final exam. So my hands are tied. I must give you a final exam. But fear not, the final exam is open book, open note, and it'll be a joy to take. Maybe not so much a joy, but it won't be a killer exam, don't worry. The two assignments, there's two assignments, and of course the first, as I mentioned, is the reading presentations. Okay, so for 1 week of the semester, you will lead the class discussion. So you'll be asked to choose a week, as many of you already have. And let's actually look at that. If you go back to Putra Blast, so many of you have already done this. So if you click here on the weekly, can you see my Putra Blast now? I switched screens. Did it show up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Okay. So if you go to Putra Blast, you click on this one here, the weekly reading sign-up sheet. Okay, it should take you to the Google form. All right, and I can see many of you have already signed up. Although very conveniently, no one signed up for next week. We'll have to change that. We'll have to change that because we need somebody to sign up for next week. Otherwise, we won't be able to have class. Because you guys are the lecturers, you'll be leading the class. So if you don't present the reading next week, there's no class. Okay. Well, we'll discuss how to deal with that later. Okay. But I may require a volunteer or two to present next week's reading. Okay. And if you really don't want to do it, then I may have to offer you extra points or something to do it. Okay. Let's go back to this. So this is the weekly sign-up sheet. So for those of you who have not done it yet, please go and fill in your name for the weekly reading. Okay. There's 33 boxes here. Okay, because there's 11 weeks of reading to present, and there's a maximum of 3 per week. Okay, so what this means is that you're going to have to get in touch with your team here that you've signed up with for that week, and then discuss how you want to present the reading. Okay, so you can break it up into threes. You can, you guys can work it out however you want, as long as everyone is involved in the process of doing the reading and helping out with the presentation. Maybe one of you wants to make the slides and the other one wants to present. It's up to you. I leave it up to you how you do it, but there has to be equal effort or presentation. Okay, and usually students will each take a third of the presentation. They'll just split it up and then each will present 1/3 of it. Okay, so you can do it that way, but I'll leave it to you. All right. And so I noticed there's no one for week 11 either. What is it about week 11 that nobody likes? Is it the topic?
Maybe the title is not that interesting, or
Youth work.
we
Youth
just
work is
see it
very
as a
interesting.
really hard.
Youth work is very interesting. It's very interesting.
It
Okay,
sounds
Amira.
serious.
Where's Amira? I don't have my screen up. But thank you, Amira, for signing up for week 3. Sorry, week 2, next week. It's very bold of you, very courageous. Thank you. Okay, so this is the sign-up sheet. So go, please fill it in accordingly when you have a minute. All right, so you'll be basically given about, really it's the first half, usually it's the first half of the class. Sometimes we have to go a little bit into the second half of the class if we have a really good discussion based on the reading. But basically you have 45 to an hour to present the material. That includes the discussion. So what it is you'll be presenting, I'll keep interrupting you and adding my 2 thoughts and so forth. And then people will ask questions and then it'll be like that. So it's sort of like a discussion, not a straight presentation. Okay. Now you'll be asked to do that. You'll be asked to just more or less summarize the article and present that summary. Okay. And then at the end, what I'd like you to do is to generate 3 or 4 questions about the article for class discussion. Okay. So you should, as you're reading, things should come up that maybe you don't understand yourself or not clear to you, or you want further clarity. And so you should identify 3 or 4 of those things and present them to the class so that we can further discuss on those points, okay? So this, of course, will help you to be more of a critical reader, right? Which is really important for graduate students to learn to read critically, okay? So try to generate questions as you go through the reading. Of course, you may have many questions because some of the articles, you may just be reading them for the first time. It may be new material to you. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so that's 20 points of your mark. All right, and then the major assignment is the youth program critique. Okay, so I'll ask each of you to pair up with another student. If you don't want to pair up, that's fine. You can do it individually. So either individually or in a group of 2. What you'll do is you'll identify a youth development program, okay, and then you're going to carry out a critique of that program according to the guidelines that I will provide in the class. All right, and from there you'll be expected to produce a 15 to 20 page report about that program. All right, so there'll be a little bit of research involved with that. You may have to do some maybe a couple interviews with program participants or program leaders to find out about the program. All right, so you can see that you'll be required to obtain information about the program from various sources. It could be interviews with program leaders, participants, or other stakeholders, observations, Of course, now we can't observe programs, unfortunately, because of online. So observations probably won't be used. If there's program-related documentation, that could be website, information from websites now, Facebook groups, and stuff like that. So any documentation you can also use as material, all right? And then using basically what we discussed in the class, you'll be providing a critique of that program, all right? And I'll provide you with the outline, the specific outline of what you need to include in that, all right? And that'll be due at the end of the semester, in week 14, all right? So typically, students will get going on that. I mean, you can start looking for a program or thinking about a program that you might want to study early, and then usually for the second half of the semester, students will do most of the work on that. That's fine. However you pace yourself is up to you. All right. And that could be not just a program, that could be a youth organization, a youth association, all right? Any sort of youth-driven or youth-centered organization or program. Okay, so that'll be the main assignment for the semester. And then, of course, the final exam, all right? So the final exam for the course will be comprised of essay questions, all right? So it's usually 3 or 4 essay questions. It'll be open book, open note. Of course, online exam is pretty much open everything. You can use the internet and so forth. Don't assume that that's going to mean it's going to be easy, because it's open. So the exam will cover the major themes discussed throughout the semester, all right? And I will, of course, I'll provide you with some guidance before that on what will be on the exam and what kind of things you need to look for, all right? Now, this is written, of course, for the sit-in exam. That's why it says students are welcome to bring course materials to the exam, okay? So obviously you'll be in front of your computers most likely, so you can use your computers. All right, so that's all for assignments. I may throw in a short assignment here or there during the course of the semester if something comes up, like maybe a reflection exercise or something, 1 or 2 weeks in the semester as well. But those are the main assignments and assessments. Okay, so the course structure. So for each class will be basically broken up into 3 main activities. So usually in the beginning of the class, I will ask you guys to share something related to current events about young people. So maybe something you've read or something you've experienced or you came across in the news, anything that's worth discussing. It's really important that we keep up with what's going on in the world of youth and youth development, okay, especially with what's going on today. It can be your own experiences. It can be related to your own research work. If you're doing research, if you're a Master's of Science student or PhD student, and you're working on research, if you have questions, maybe you even have questions about your research, all of that is welcome to be discussed early on in the first part of the class. So for the first 20 or 30 minutes of the class, I like to do that, especially with my research students, because a lot of students, they get stuck with their research or they have questions about their research. So I like for them to bring those to the class for discussion. And then, of course, the second part will be the presentation of the weekly readings, okay? And there'll be Q&A and discussion and all that. Okay, so please, for those of you who are not presenting, it's highly advisable that you please at least read the articles before class. Okay, it'll help you to follow the material that we're discussing. And of course, like I said, those are your lecture notes pretty much. So it's really important that you at least have gone through the readings. And I know how people don't like to read nowadays, but you are graduate students. And as a graduate student, reading should be, the joke was that, if you have very good eyesight before you start your postgraduate study, by the time you finish, you should have specs like this, because you're reading so much. That's the idea, okay? So, please, and we're home a lot now because of the situation with COVID, so hopefully that should give you more time to read, okay? And then lastly, usually the class will end, the weekly reading presentation will not take up the full portion of the class, so usually at the last portion of the class, I will do some sort of activity, or we'll do a case study, or we'll watch a video and have some discussion on it, or there'll be a reflection exercise or something. I might do a little bit of additional lecturing. It depends on what the topic is for that week. All right. So, but it's usually something that's more along the lines of applied knowledge. We'll try to apply it to a real situation or a real case. Okay, and there's some recommended texts. Okay, and then in the synopsis, I have the breakdown of the course content by week. You can, I won't go through this in detail. You can look at this on your own. Okay, and I have the reading here as well for each week, and you can go through that later. Just to note, I'll just go through the topics. So tonight will just be the overview of the course, introductions, and then we'll do some learning goal work. And then introduction to youth and society. Next week, we'll be doing the introduction to youth and society, looking at the definition of youth development, theories, and so forth. And then we'll look at definitions of youth, okay, and the different ways that youth is defined. And then we'll move into the goals and purposes of youth development, all right? What is youth development all about? Okay, and then week 5, we don't have any readings, okay, because I'm going to show you a movie. Yay! Okay, so everyone likes week 5. Week 5 is a movie. It's a movie that I really love. I love to watch. I've watched it so many times now, but I love it. And it's really a very special movie about youth development. And I've debated with myself whether to change the movie, because there's actually quite a few movies out there we could watch that relate to this topic. But this is one that I think is it really speaks to what youth development is all about in so many different ways. And so we'll be watching that movie, and I may ask you to do a little bit of reflection on the movie afterwards. Okay. And then week 6, we'll be back to the readings. I'll be looking at different models of youth development, and this one is called developmental relationships. And what are those? Week 7, we'll be talking about youth policy. Okay, we'll be looking at the Malaysian youth policy as an example. And then, that's why you guys don't like week 7. Week 7 is about your youth policy. You guys should want to do week 7. It's all about the Malaysian youth policy. Okay, it's a very important topic. All right. So you'll just be presenting this article, which is about youth policy manual, how to develop a national youth strategy. The Malaysian youth policy we're going to look at together in class. You don't have to present that. You just have to present the article. For those of you who are doing week 7. All right. Week 8, we'll be looking at youth-centered program planning. So what does it mean to actually plan a program with young people, okay, with young people, not for young people, all right? So youth-centered program planning, what is that all about? Now, this one is actually from a book, and I don't have the book in my house, which is why I did not upload the reading yet. It's quite a long chapter, but it's not... It's a long chapter, but it's not heavy reading. It's very light reading. It's just a lot of bullet points and stuff like that. So it's very easy to read. So, but I have to upload this at some point soon. So I have to find a way to get it. So for week 8, I may have to change the reading if I can't access the book. All right, just to warn for those of you who are doing week 8. Week 9, we're going to look at spirituality and youth development. So the role of spirituality and religion in youth development. Okay, very interesting article there about that. And then we look at developmental ecology and supports. So the role of family, peers, school, community, and society on how young people develop. And there's a reading here about high schools, about school, and can school foster youth development. And then week 11 is on youth work, all right? So for those of you, maybe some of you have never heard of the term youth work, similar to social work, but it's actually working with youth rather than working in a social work capacity. So there is a profession out there called youth work. And in most countries, we have youth workers, all right? So we'll be discussing about youth work and what it's all about. Week 12, contemporary youth roles, all right? So the role of youth in shaping family, community, and society, all right? So rather than the influence of family, community, and society on youth, this one, week 12, we look at the role of youth in shaping society. And then again, same topic, although we will extend it to another setting, okay? And then in the final week, we'll be discussing some of the contemporary challenges that young people are facing. And I will give this reading later, depending on the topic that we choose. But it'll be probably something related to the current situation of COVID-19. Okay, any questions about any of that? I've gone through the whole synopsis quickly. But it's here on Putra Blast. You can, yes, sorry, Mutiara, go ahead. I saw you had a comment.
Okay. I remember that you mentioned in the description box inside Putra Blast, you said that you just present, do not interpret for the reading presentation, which I don't understand. What does that mean?
Okay, so let me go back to the Putra Blast. Oh,
Because I actually have done the reading for not really done it halfway through for the chapter 1, and
for
the
week 2.
language, yeah, the week 2, yeah, sorry, but the language is used is really confusing, so I'm afraid if we present it in the wrong way. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
week
it.
2. Week 2. Okay, so the reading for week 2 is probably the most theoretical thing you'll read all week, all semester. Okay, I have to admit, yeah, week 2 is a little bit theoretical because it deals with theory. So I tried to deal with that early in the semester. So it's a little bit challenging. I understand that. Do your best with it. So what I mean by don't interpret, I mean, try your best to summarize, even if you have to use the language from the article itself. Just present the major points from the reading. In other words, don't feel that you have to reinterpret it in your own words and then present it as as your own synthesis of what's there. You can just actually highlight the main points and then just present that, especially if there's sections that you don't really understand that well, right? So by doing that, it'll allow me to comment on it and we can discuss it together. All right, does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. And if during the week, if you have any problems, just WhatsApp me, and if you're not sure about what something means, you can just ask me. I'll be happy to help you.
All right.
Okay. But it's
Thank
good
you,
that you
Dr.
struggle with it. I mean, that's how you learn. I mean, learning is through struggle, it's through effort, and it's through things that are oftentimes confusing that we learn. So I know that the week 2 article is a little bit difficult. I think it's probably the most difficult of all of them. So we deal with that. We deal with that right off the bat. Get it out of the way.
That's why I didn't want to choose topic week 2.
Well, thank you for doing it. Thank you for
so get extra marks.
Sure. Well, you will get you'll get marks for it. So obviously, if it's hard, there'll be it'll be duly noted. But wait a minute, with you're signed up for week 8 on the list here.
I'm actually confused. I'm actually confused to either choose week 8 or week 2 because the topic is really interesting. So I tried to read the materials for week 2 first, and then I found that okay, no, I'm not gonna choose week 2.
Oh, it's okay. There's already 2 others for week 8. So if you want to take the plunge, you want to really give it a go, give it a try, you can switch to week 2.
No, I can. I have to think about it first.
Don't think of the reading presentation as like me testing your understanding of it. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose is really just to get you, first of all, to read it, and then secondly, to get you involved in the discussion of it. Okay.
Okay.
And of course we learn when we teach others, we learn a lot. And so it just forces you at least to try and understand it. To the extent that you have to present it to other people. And when you can do that, of course, it's going to help you to understand it better. So think of it more as a learning exercise, not so much as I'm going to be testing your understanding of the content. All right. So don't think of it that way.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Doctor.
Sure. Any other questions so far?
Okay, Doctor. Prof, I have a question regarding the assignment. Okay,
sure.
Assignment 2, the youth program or association critique.
Yeah.
The program or the youth association need to be a recent program or recent youth association?
Are you thinking of a not recent association?
Yeah, yeah, it's like recent 2 years back, or if we were to consider youth program for the year of 2020, it might be hard because of the current
No
situation,
problem.
COVID-19. So
No
can
problem.
it be like last year, 2 years back,
Sure.
or
It can be.
how?
It can be.
Okay.
As long as you can get access to the participants of that program.
Okay.
So maybe
Oh,
because
do we really have to interview the real participant?
it can be. It doesn't have to. It can be the people that were in like the program organizers. It can be the people that ran the program. It can be the participants of the program. So anybody that was involved in the program can be your participant.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you,
Um,
Prof.
yeah. As long as you can get firsthand feedback about their experience in the program.
Okay, all
All right.
right.
So that's why if it's a
So I'm
past
afraid that if it was so many years back, I'm afraid that the participants also have forgotten how they
Yeah.
feel about the program,
Right. That's the danger of going too far back. But if it was just like last
Mhm.
year or even maybe 2 years ago, I'm sure they'll be able to remember enough.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Prof.
And I'll give you the outline of what the things you'll be looking for and asking them and so forth. And the other thing is that if most of you have never done research before, I'll also be happy to we can have like in that second half of the class we can always have some tutorials on like how to do interviews or how to if you want to do an online survey or something, how to put that together. So we can also do that during the semester as well. That'll be useful, I'm sure, for you as well for your master's or PhD work as well. Okay, and so please feel free to ask any questions about that. How do you collect data? How do you interview people? How do you analyze qualitative data? Any of those questions are good because we are a research university, and you guys are graduate students, so you're all going to be doing some kind of research. So you need to know these things anyway, right? So the more classes that you get this kind of information, the better it'll be for you guys. And this is more like an evaluation exercise. You're going to sort of evaluating a program in a sense. So that's also a good experience as well. Program evaluation is a very useful skill to have. All right. All righty. So let's see here. Week 1. What else do we got for week 1? All right. So now what I would like to do, if there's no other questions about the course material, I'd like to hear from you guys. Just briefly, if we could just go around and everyone just tell me something about yourself, not just me, share with your friends in the class, your name, maybe what program you're doing, what semester you're in, okay? Just briefly, we can just go around and get to know each other a little bit. So maybe I'll just call out names because I have you all on my screen, so I'll just call out by who I see. I'll just go down the rows. Okay, so maybe Norzilawati, would you like to start, please?
Okay, Prof. Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
My name is Nazilawati. You can call me Zila. I'm semester 3 MHRD, and I'm not a youth.
According to whose definition?
According to Malaysian age too.
The old definition or new definition?
A new one.
Okay.
Old one also tak valid to me.
Yeah, me too. It's okay. I feel for you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Zila. Okay, Fatin, since you're up there too on my screen.
Okay. All right. Hi, Prof. And hi, friends. I hope all are doing well. So I am Fatin Amira. You may just call me Fatin. I am also same as Kak Zila on the semester 3 for MHRD.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice to meet you, Fatin.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Prof.
Okay. Roshakina, did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, Roshakina.
Roshakina.
Okay. Hi, Assalamualaikum, Prof and friends. Okay, my name is Roshakina binti Makzuki. I'm in Master in HRD and in semester 3, and also as well as Zila, I'm not youth anymore.
Okay. We can, but you can be a youth at heart. Okay, you can be young at heart.
Yeah, always,
Yeah,
Prof.
always. That's why you're in the class, right? Good, good. Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice
Okay,
to meet you
Michael.
too.
Michael, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Okay, Michael.
Greeting guys, and good evening, and Michael, and I'm from China, and as you can see that due to the COVID-19, we can get here to face to face. So, and actually I'm from Master of Entrepreneurship from the Faculty of Economy and Management.
Oh,
So
okay.
actually this is my third semester, and I take these courses because I want to process some program about the education, about the young people, the younger generations, and that's it. I think I can learn something from your courses.
Okay. Michael, did you say you were a PhD or master's student? I couldn't hear you.
Master, yeah.
Master's, okay. All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nabila? You were surprised.
Yes.
I called you, sorry.
Quite surprised. Yeah, hi and good evening, Prof. and everyone. My name is Nabila binti Chede. I am in semester 3 in MHRD.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Nice to have you.
No problem.
Amira Saidin. You're on the beach.
Assalamualaikum.
Are you really on the beach? Man, I wish I was there. It looks so nice.
Assalamualaikum and very good
Assalam.
evening to everyone. My name is Amira binti Saidin. MHRD second semester, and next week I will present for
All right.
our topic.
Great.
Please be kind to me.
Yes, and maybe Mutiara will join you. Right, Mutiara?
I'll think about it.
Okay. Think hard. Okay. Thank you, Amira.
Please, Mutiara.
Yeah,
Thank you,
see?
Doctor.
She's lobbying for your support. Okay, nice to meet you, Amira. And thank you
Thank
for
you.
volunteering for next week. Bella,
Thank you, Doctor.
Bella, are you there, Bella? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Hi.
Doctor. Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Bella, and I'm in Faculty of Economics and Management.
Oh, okay.
I'm from China.
Okay. What semester are you in?
The third semester.
Are you doing master's or PhD?
Master.
Okay. All right. Great. Thanks, Bella. Hua.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheng Kui, did I pronounce your name right? Cheng Kui?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right, Professor.
Okay.
Good evening, Professor, and good evening, guys. You guys can call me Eric.
Eric.
And I'm also from Faculty of Economics and Management, and I'm on the third semester doing Master of Entrepreneurship.
Great. Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Very important topic now for young people. So yeah, great.
I'm also used.
Okay. So we have bona fide youth in the class. Eric, if you want, in Zoom, you can change the name that displays on your screen.
Oh,
so
okay.
Whatever
All right.
everybody
All
wants
right.
to be called, it's easier if you just change the name there. It's just easier. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Hasbul.
Thank you.
Mr. Hadi. Hasbul Hadi.
Yeah, Assalamualaikum and good evening, Prof and friends. My name Hasbul Hadi. Call me Hadi.
Hadi. Okay.
I'm from Kuantan.
Oh.
I'm in third semester MHRD.
Okay, great. So we got the whole MHRD batch. Cool. Okay, Hadi, welcome from Kuantan. Mardiana.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, Professor and everyone. Okay, my name is Mariana Abdul Rahman. I'm from Seremban, Negeri Sembilan. I am in third semester also from MHRD.
Great. Okay, another MHRD student. Excellent. Nice to have you, Mariana. Okay. Shirley, would you like to say hi, Shirley?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shirley. I'm from School of Business and Economics.
Okay.
This is my third semester in Master of Entrepreneurship.
Oh, okay. Another entrepreneurship student. Excellent. Okay. Are you also in China,
Okay.
Shirley?
No, I'm in Malaysia.
Oh, you're in Malaysia. Oh, okay. All right. Well, welcome to the class. Mr. Ashraf. Encik Ashraf.
Evening, Professor and everyone. I'm Ashraf. I'm a second semester of Master of HRD.
MHRD also. Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Haizum or Haizum?
Hello, hi, Assalamualaikum, Professor, and also to all my friends. My name is Nur Haizum. You can call me Haizum.
Okay, Haizum.
I'm also a MHRD student. I'm in semester 3.
Okay, great. Welcome.
Thank you, Prof.
So how many of you like to work in your kitchen? No, it's okay. It's okay. My wife also works in the kitchen, and I always tell her, "Why do you work in the kitchen?" I just love. I feel comfortable in the kitchen. So, anyway, okay. Working from home is, you just got to do it however you're comfortable. So don't feel bad about doing it from your kitchen or wherever. Whatever works for you. Nora Azlina, Pan Azlina, would you like to share your?
Good evening, Prof and friends. I'm Nora Azlina Muhammad Noor, third semester MHRD.
Okay. So you guys must all know each other then. You third semester batch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must have a lot of classes together.
We have been in few classes before.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Good, great. Okay.
Thank you.
Mutiara, I can see you're next.
Oh, hi everyone. So my name is Mutiara. I'm from Indonesia. I'm currently taking Master in Human Resource Development on third semester. Sorry.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
So nice to
You're
meet
in
you
the same
all.
batch. And
Yeah.
you're back home in Indonesia or you're in Malaysia?
No, I'm in Malaysia. I didn't go back home since last year. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Welcome, Mr. Norihan.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, and very good evening to Prof and all my friends. My name is Norihan Abu. Just call me Hans.
Hans. Okay, Hans.
Yes, I'm live from Putrajaya. I'm look like still yours, but I am about 37 years old.
So you're still
That's
youth.
all about me. Thank you.
So you're
Yes.
okay. Great. Welcome.
Thank you, Prof.
Miss Dina.
Yes, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to Prof and to all my friends. I'm also in my third semester of MHRD.
Okay.
And I'm from Putrajaya.
And you're also a youth. Am I right?
Yes, I'm still youth.
You and Hans.
Thank you.
Hans also. Okay. Okay, Amira. Miss Amira also looks very youthful.
Hi, Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Alright, so my name is Amira Sabari. So we have two Amira, I think. You can call me Amira. I'm on my third semester, MHRD as well.
Okay, all right, same batch.
Yes.
Great. Okay, Mr.
Thank you.
Gongkang? Is it?
Yes, doctor.
What
Can
should
you hear me?
we call you? What should we call you?
Gong Kang.
Gong Kang, okay.
Yes. My name is Gong Kang. I'm from China. This is my third semester in UPM, and my major is HRD.
Okay, so same batch.
Yeah.
Excuse me 1 second. Okay, sorry. Okay, 1 second, sorry. One of those work from home moments, you get interrupted by something. Okay, anyway. Okay, Gongkang, thank you. Welcome to the class.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Mahfouz. I think your screen's muted. Yeah.
All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Professor and all my friends. My name is Mahfuz Mahmud. You can call me Mahfuz. Although my face look adolescent, but I'm already surpassed youth.
Really? Are you serious? Wow.
Yes. I already early 30s.
Oh, okay. So you're using the new definition. According to the old definition, you're
Yes.
still youth. Okay.
Okay. This is my first semester, first year. This is my first official class for this. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Okay. I feel honored to be your first instructor.
Thank you, Prof.
Okay. Thanks, Mahfuz. Welcome. Miss Huda, Nurul Huda.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
My name is Nurulda. I am the third semester MHRD. I have 2 youth in my family, daughter and a son.
How old are they, may I ask? Because I also
that's
have
why
youth.
I'm taking this subject.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah. It's funny. I mean, I don't know how old your kids are. My kids are I have 2 teenagers, and you know, it's funny because I've been studying this stuff for so long, yet it's so hard to raise teenagers.
Yes, it is tough.
You know,
I have 20 and 17 years old.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Teenagers.
yours are a little older than mine. So yeah, I mean, parenting is a different ball game. It's totally different. There's nothing like parenting. It's totally unique. So yeah, we can share our war stories during the semester. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Huda. Okay. Alyssa. Alyssa.
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening. Yeah, my name is Lia Xin. You can call me Lisa. And this is my third semester. Yeah, third semester of HRD.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a master.
Okay. Thanks, Alyssa.
Okay.
Are you also in China?
Thank you. No. I come from China, but I'm here. Now I'm in Malaysia.
Oh, you're still in Malaysia. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You also on the beach?
I'm here.
Are you on the same beach as Amira? Looks like a similar beach.
Oh, no. That's just my background.
I figured. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm from China, and I major is in MHRD. And I'm also living in Malaysia.
Oh, you're still in Malaysia. Okay. All right. So you're also third semester?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome. And last but not least, Jiajin. Did I pronounce that right? And your screen is sideways. I don't know why.
Hi,
there we
Prof.
go.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm Li Xiaoyan. You can call me Christina.
Okay.
This is my third semester in MHRD, and I'm in China now.
Okay, you're still in China. Okay. So most of you are from the same batch, I can see. So you must know each other very well. Okay. So that should mean that you're not so shy around each other. You should feel free to discuss and share your ideas, your thoughts, okay, during the class. All right, hopefully. And we have a few students from outside the faculty. All right. So let's see, who's next? Did we get everybody? Or is there, no, I haven't gotten everybody. Okay, Nana, sorry, Nana? Nana, Arifin?
Okay, hi everyone. Okay, sorry if my screen is freezing because I think this transmission during Maghrib in my place is not so good.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
sure.
hi, my name is Arifin and my name is, you can call me Nana.
Okay,
I'm
Nana.
on third semester of MHRD.
Okay.
Okay, I live in Muar, Johor.
Oh, you're in more. Okay. Yeah, if you're having any connection problems or anything, just let me know, okay? If we can, we'll work with it as best we can.
It's okay, I can hear you, but sometimes the screen freeze. That's all.
Oh, okay. All right. No problem. Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
welcome, Nana. Okay, Scarlett, are you there?
Hi, Professor and everyone. My name
Hi.
is Scarlett. Hi, this is my third semesters and I'm Masters of HRD. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So I got the whole batch in my class. Great. Okay. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? I think that's everyone. All right. Well, as you can see, I like to have my style is very laid back. I don't like to have a very uptight kind of tense class. Okay, so I want people to be relaxed and feel free to we'll enjoy ourselves. We'll have fun and we'll also hopefully learn a lot. It's an evening class, and I understand that people are in the evening. People tend to be tired and stressed out, and it's family time and all that. So we try to make the class as enjoyable and as possible. All right, so we can be both serious yet and enjoy it at the same time. Okay. So before we go, it's already after 7. I just want to take 5 minutes, just 5 more minutes of your time before we break for this week. Okay. As I mentioned, we're not going to do anything heavy this week. I just want to do one last thing, which is would like you to, if you could just state 1 or 2 learning goals for the semester. Okay. So if you go to your Putra Blast, you'll see that there is a, let me just share here. If you go to Putra Blast, you'll see there is a link for, hold on one sec, sorry. Find my internet. Okay, so in Putra Blast here, you'll see for this week's agenda, there's something called, number 5 is learning goals. If you just click on that, it's a link and it should take you to our class Padlet, if it's working right, okay. Yeah, so some of you have already found it. Thank you. Huda, is that you?
Yes, it is. It's
Thank
mine.
you. Wow, you're really so. It's funny that you said you want to stop procrastinating, because you were very proactive by being the first one to write that. So you're off to a good start. You're off to a very good start. Okay, so just go in.
Because I'm working.
Oh, you're working also. Okay, great. Yeah, that's great. So just if you could, Huda provided us with 4, and you don't have to put your name. It's okay. It can be anonymous if you'd like, but just go in and write down 1 or 2 learning goals that you have for this semester in this class. I'm just curious kind of to know what you all hope to get out of this class. It'll help me as well to teach the class. And I know not necessarily that you're going to be a youth worker or somebody involved in youth services or anything like that, but maybe you're just someone that just wants to know more about young people and so forth. Whatever it is, go ahead in and just provide 1 or 2 learning goals. Okay, so could you all just do that now? If you need to think about it for a minute, that's fine too. I see some of you are using handphones, right?
Prof.
Yeah.
Regarding Zila here, regarding attendance, we cannot click on the attendance to sign in or anything.
Oh, really?
Attendance, cannot.
What happens when you click on it?
It just appear this course, date, description, status, points, remarks. So
yeah, I'm going to click on it. It looks like this. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
See your screen.
Oh, we
Okay,
don't have
wait.
this.
Yeah, this is the lecturer's view. Hold on, let me change it to student view.
Oh, okay.
And then
Right.
hopefully I can help you. Let's see. Okay.
Thank you, Prof.
All right, let's see. Hey. Okay, so maybe for this week, I'll try and find out why it's not working. For this week, what we can do is we can just, I'll just make, in the WhatsApp group, I'll just put attendance list. And then if you could just, whoops, sorry, that was wrong. Just add your name to the list, okay? Oh, I need my phone. I can't do it on the computer. Okay, maybe I can ask one of you guys to volunteer to just start an attendance list in WhatsApp. So just write attendance for the date and the date, and then just put your name, and then you can just copy and add to it. You know how they make lists in WhatsApp? So if somebody could just start that in the WhatsApp group, and then we can just take it using that method this week. Does that make sense?
Okay, Prof.
Thank you. Why is this not working? Let me see here. Okay, student, week 1, attendance. Attendance. Is this what you guys see when you click attendance? No.
Yes, doctor.
This is what you see also.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, but we have nowhere to click.
Ah, okay. All right. All right. I'll find out. I'll find out what the problem is, and I'll try and fix it for next week. So for this week, we'll just try to use the WhatsApp group.
Prof, I have a question.
Sure.
So for the weekly presentation,
Yeah.
how long is the duration for each group to present?
Well, you basically you have the first half of the class. So I think if your presentation itself is like 30 to 45 minutes, that's good, because I'll be interjecting and we'll be having discussion as we go along. So it'll take up, most likely take up the first half of the class at least.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. In fact, I've provided a sample of a presentation set of slides. If you go down to not here. Did I put in week 1? I can't remember. No, not that. Where did I put it? Yeah, so in the, if you see Pucha Blast here, in the, under the weekly reading sign up sheet post here, at the end here I say, I have, here's an example from a previous semester of a reading presentation. So if you just click on this, you can see an example from previous semesters, all right? This is just one example. It's just a presentation of the main topics of the paper. So this is, so you can see here, it's about, they have about 24 slides, right?
Prof, we don't see the slide which you share.
Oh, you can't see it?
We can see it.
Sorry. Okay, so can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Now we can
So
see it.
yeah, so you can download this yourself on Pucha Blast, and this is just an example of what it would look like. So, you know, they just present basically the themes of the paper, some of the content, the main content. Okay. And then from here, as you present, I'll be interjecting and we'll be having, you know, interaction and discussion on that, based on that. Okay? All right, so you can go back and look at that on your own. Now, let me find the... Wow. All right, great. Can you see the learning goals? All right. Okay, so please, everyone go ahead and finish these up. We're not gonna go through them together. I'm gonna look at them on my own. It's really to help me to better understand and to know you guys and what you expect for the semester. So I'll make use of it. It'll be my homework. Okay. So, but please, when you get a chance before next week, please go ahead and finish these learning goals. Okay. All right, so is there anything else? It's already 7:20, so normally we would probably stop now for our break anyway.
Doctor?
Yeah.
If I may ask,
sure.
About our marks for assignment and final exam.
Yeah.
Can we adjust? Maybe I suggest assignment we can increase and final exam we reduce a bit.
Okay. What do you suggest?
Maybe 80-20.
Wow.
Or 70-30 at least.
So you prefer 80,
That's my suggestion.
80 being what, the exam?
No, for assignment and
Oh.
final exam 20%.
Oh, I see. So right now it's 60-40, right?
Yes.
So the final exam is currently 40. The assignments are 60. So you're suggesting a 70-30 split.
Better 80-20.
So you don't like exams, is that right, Amira?
Kind of.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I will consider that. I have no problem with that actually. But I probably can't go down to 20, but maybe 30 for the final exam.
Good enough, Doctor.
Okay, all right. So as you can see, I'm open to negotiation as well. So that's good, that's fine.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I can adjust it to 70-30. But then which assignment do you, so you want the assignment 2 to be this, another 10 points, is that right? So it'd be 50 points for the program assignment. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, all right. Is the rest of the
But
class
it's up,
okay?
yes, up to the class.
Yeah, is the rest of the class okay with that?
Yes, okay, agree.
No problem. Hans, okay. Okay, thumbs up, cool. All right, well, if there's no objection to that, we can change that. We can change it, okay?
Thank you very much, Prof, for your
Sure,
consideration.
sure. Okay, sure. So 30, and then assignment 2 will be 50, and then reading presentation will stay at 20. Yeah. Okay, done.
Prof?
Yes, Lena.
I just want to ask, is it possible if we switch the class to the morning?
On Tuesday. Oh, Huda is giving me a big no. Cannot. Why, Huda? You have another class? Or you have work? Oh,
That's
you're
working.
Working. Yeah,
because
that's the
early in the morning got to clear everything.
yeah. Is evening time a problem for you, Aslina?
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, usually the problem is in the afternoon, other students have other classes, and in the morning, a lot of students work. So that's the only issue. And I can only change it if everybody agrees to it. Unfortunately, it has to be consensus. I'm open to it, but the class has to agree because this is the scheduled time. So since we have at least one person that says cannot, I don't think we can do it.
Okay, Prof, no problem.
But you can discuss with among yourselves, you can discuss and you can lobby each other if you want, and then let me know what happens. Okay?
Perhaps once in a week, and also we can change.
Once in a week. Sorry, what do you mean?
Once in a month or once in a while.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we can play. If you want to do that, you can play it by ear. We can maybe once a month we can change it. We can play it by ear. being online, we're flexible. As long as everybody agrees with the time, we can do it whenever we want. So we just have to have agreement by everybody. All right. So I think.
Prof,
Yes?
one more.
Okay.
One more
Sorry.
question.
Yeah. Please.
Sorry. For assignment, can we use bahasa or only English?
Yeah. I'm open to you writing in Bahasa. I have no problem with that. I would encourage you to do it in English, but if you really feel like you can express yourself much better in Bahasa, then you're welcome. You're welcome to use Bahasa.
Because feedback from senior, you are very good in Bahasa.
No, I'm not very good. But what I realized last semester, especially with my undergraduate students, it's funny, most of the undergraduates, even though I give them the option of doing their assignments in BN, most of them will do them in English because they want to try, and I really respect them for that. But what I found was that when I compared the students that did it in English to those that did it in Bahasa, the students that did it in Bahasa, they could express themselves so much better. You know, I mean, it was like night and day. You know, and I felt like the English students, like I gave them credit for trying, but because of their, maybe their English wasn't at that high a level, they really had a hard time expressing themselves. And to me, I really want to know what, I want to know about the content of what you're writing. Of course, if you can do it in English, that's better, because this program is an English-based program. But if you really feel like you can express yourself much better in Bahasa, I'm okay with it.
Yes, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Easier for me to express.
Yeah.
And to write.
Right. But
Thank you, Prof.
But the readings are all in English, so I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. Sometimes you need to use English.
Yeah. The more languages you know, the better. So, it's just knowledge.
Thank you, Prof, for your consideration.
The more knowledge, the better. Okay. All right. So, inshallah, see you all next week. Yeah. Same time, same place, same channel, same Zoom.
Yeah, see you, Doctor.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So everyone have a good week. If there's any questions in the meantime, please just send me a WhatsApp. Okay. And we can discuss.
Okay, Prof.
All right. Nice meeting all of you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Prof.
Assalamualaikum.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Assalamualaikum, and see you next week.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bye, Prof. Thank you.
Bye.